So, in my previous video covering the Gromit mug, which proved to be quite popular, we discussed the origins of the beloved object that's become an icon of meme culture. But, after scouring through the internet further, I've concluded that there are not two, not three, but 4 different Gromit mugs in existence. And on top of that, I've managed to buy myself each one brand new in the box, purely for the purposes of this video. Obviously. Welcome to Some Boy Online, where this is how we do things around here apparently. So, as a quick recap, this Gromit mug was issued by PG Tips in 2005. I'll refer to it as Mark 1. It features a unique thermal nose gimmick which, as you can see, makes the nose turn red when hot liquid is poured into the mug. This particular one is my original, which I've just recovered from my nana and granddad's house, who bought me it originally, when I must have been, 4 or 5 years old? So, as you can probably tell, he's seen better days. And I seem to recall repainting the nose when the paint flaked off, which happened when he got washed. I mean, on the bottom here it says, not suitable for dishwasher. Yeah, I think he definitely got dishwashed. So the exciting thing is, I've actually managed to track down one of these, but mint in its original box from eBay. All of the parcels are unopened here, so let's get cracking. So it's this parcel here, which is pretty big. You'll see why in a second. So I've got the box, some scissors here. Should do like an ASMR unboxing. So if we can make an incision somewhere. I probably should have prepared this beforehand. Hang on. There we are. So we're kind of in the top here. Got a lid opening, and it's revealed another box. Oh, and there we have the box. I can see it right there. There we are. So we got some of this. It's always appreciated when things are packed nicely, and that is really nicely bubble wrapped. Bubble wrapped. We'll place them there, and then I can't really be seen. Oh, I'll shuffle this around. Gromit, you can go down here. There we are. We'll get this off in a sec. So the guy who I got this from seemed to really kind of know his stuff. Like myself, kind of a collector of stuff like this, and this box looks in really mint condition. In fact, I envy this guy's packing skills. Ugh. Wish I could open it just as good. Wow. Lots of bubble wrap. You can go in there. Wow. So here we have from 2005. So that's what, 16 years old. A mint in box PG Tips Gromit mug. Wow. But yeah, you can see all of the detail. As I showed off in my previous Gromit mug video, you can see all of the information and stuff here. There's an Invent a Cuppa, like a competition, where kids would, you could design a cup of tea. I had no idea that was a thing. It's so cool seeing one brand new like that. Really awesome. So as you can see, it's a pretty big box. That's because not only does it house the Gromit mug, but also tea bags, which are still in here. I mean, I can feel them, and I can only imagine have passed the sell-by date. But for the first time in 16 years, to actually hold one of these is just really cool. I also found this whole forum on a website called moneysavingexpert.com, and there's just hundreds of comments going all the way back to 2005, and it documents people hunting for the Gromit mugs when they first released, and advising each other where to find them and where they've seen them and stuff. It was just like stepping back in time to the early internet, which is really cool in itself. But most importantly, we get the original price of the mug, which was, drumroll please, £2.66. Well, it certainly isn't what I've just paid for it. And before you ask, yeah, he's staying in the box. So moving on to the next mug, which is a pretty big discovery, as I cannot find another on the internet, like at all. Nor had I ever heard of it up until now. A much smaller box, but here he is. Here's some ASMR unwrapping sounds for your enjoyment. This is the elusive left-handed Gromit mug. The eBay listing for this stated extremely rare left-handed thermal nose mug. These were only available in limited numbers if you contacted PG Tips and asked for it to be supplied directly. It was never supplied in retail packaging with the tea in store. Wow. So this is a completely new discovery, and as you can see, that's why it's in this plain white box, which is usually inside the standard box. Basically, if you're left-handed, the standard Gromit mug would be less than convenient to drink from, if you think about it, because you're like this, and obviously the kind of brow and face covers it, it's not really very practical. So if you give PG Tips a call, they'd send you out basically a flipped Gromit mug free of charge. I asked the seller if he remembered where he found out about this in the first place, and he responded, "I can't remember how I found out about it, but I was collecting all the PG Tips gifts at the time. I just had to get one, so I contacted PG Tips, who sent me one." But this was never promoted by PG Tips, it just so happened they sent one if you asked. Going off that, I imagine very few of these actually exist. Taking a closer look, it seems like the mug is literally flipped, you know, like an image, as opposed to the other ear being used as the handle. As you can see, his raised eyebrow is now on the opposite side to this one. With the standard PG Tips mug, I don't want to open it because it's packed in the box and everything, brand spanking new, but with this one, there's no tape or anything keeping him in there, so I'm going to exclusively unveil him for you all. Okay, so there's a bit of polystyrene in the top. I'm going to be very careful with this and put it back exactly where it was. So we've got this, which keeps him in there, and I don't want it to just fall out, but there he is. There's actually a note in the bottom of the Gromit mug. It says, "Not suitable for children under the age of 36. Okay, not suitable for children under the age of 36 months due to the nature of the product. Not suitable for dishwasher or microwave use. Please wash the mug thoroughly before using for the first time. Please retain this information for future reference." Who's going to keep that? Importer, Premium Factory Limited, London. So that's, yeah, apparently Gromit mug was imported. But here we go. Here he is. Oh, and he's coming out. Wow. That's kind of trippy. It's weird. That's not right. I'll put this box to the side. Down here. With this. But yeah, that just doesn't seem right. Wow. Wow. So if I bring in the standard Gromit mug, who I think is still heated. Yeah, apologies about that for his patchy nose and everything. But here is the standard Gromit mug, and here's the left-handed one. So you can kind of go like this. Ching. I'm not going to do that. I'll end up chipping him. Yeah, that's frightening though. I don't want to damage him. It is literally, yeah, just that it's mirrored completely. Can't see any other kind of change. So yeah, as you can see, handle here, handle there. That's really just strange. I'm going to banish you to the Shadow Realm. No! So let's call this one Mark 1-L, because it's a variant, which the next one isn't. So, here we go. These are all quite nicely wrapped, if I do say so. Very, reinforced with bubble wrap and stuff. Okay, slide this one out. Oh, it's upside down. Ta-da! So, you're probably wondering what on earth this is, because, well, it might not be, but I certainly did when I first saw it, because this is unlike any Gromit mug I've ever seen. And no, it isn't just a left-hand variant. As a side note, there's a screenshot from Wallace and Gromit's World of Invention on the side there. So with the PG Tips box, he's completely sealed in with the tea bags and everything, so I just want to leave them as they are, but this one just seems to slip open, and on the eBay image he was already out of the box, although allegedly unused. So here we go. Some more bubble wrap inside. I'm not sure if that was originally in there, but here we have it. This one's huge. Wow. Okay, this is getting more and more interesting. I'll put this here. I think that's just been extra kind of put in. We have a shape in the bottom. Not sure if you can see that, where Gromit kind of slots into, and I think they've just put the bubble wrap in. So we'll close that box, put it here I suppose, and here we have Mark II. This one is just really weird. I don't know, it looks sort of hand painted. The eyes on the other one, I'm not sure if you can tell, are kind of, you know, on the other ones they're straight, whereas this seems almost handcrafted. So Gromit Mug Mark II is a completely different brand, but probably not the one you're expecting. Once again, I came across this on eBay, where I noticed it looked really pale in comparison to the other Gromit mugs, which, if I bring this one up, you can see there's much more of a yellowy kind of yellow kind of tint going on, and this one is just almost white. Taking a look at the box shows that it was made by the company Only For You Ltd, and there's no records of this thing existing online, like at all. Apparently this has just been stored away and never used. I do love the title though, shout out to the seller for that. Aardman, Wallace and Gromit head-shaped mug. When Gromit is literally written on the box with an eye. So I really don't know what to say about this, you know. It's got a weirdly thin handle. It doesn't have the thermo nose feature because only the PG Tips ones have that. But oh, it's dishwasher friendly. So we got one more parcel. This one I'll be less careful with for reasons that will become clear in a second. This one's much more, how to say it, industrially packed. Scissors. Right, here we go. I don't know, does anyone else do this technique thing where you just open one half of the scissors and kind of just slice through? I don't want to damage the box within the box, do you get me? Nice to see fragile tape on this, as the Gromit mug is indeed an item of great cultural impact and significance, you know, so you wouldn't want anything to happen to him. And that is this one opened. So we'll open the doors there, and this should be familiar to anyone who's watched my previous video on the Gromit mug. So as you can see, ta-da! It's kind of bubble wrap, but you can clearly see that. Chuck that down there. Here we are. I've got some lovely artwork on here as well. There we are. That's not the right side. Hang on. Ta-da! There we go. Probably what most of you think of, you know, when you hear Gromit mug, would be this, being the Half Moon Bay variant. So here he is. Bubble wrap once more. Turn him out there so you can see the front. Ta-da! It says probably the widest Gromit mug. I wonder which one is bigger. It's very similar in size to the white one. I'll call him the Ghost. So, oh, it's a nice bubble wrap popping. I shouldn't have popped that really, that's the actual bubble wrap. So, yeah, I'm gonna put that right back in the box because this is Gromit's personal piece of bubble wrap. This is the current Gromit mug that you can easily buy online yourselves. Contrary to my previous video, is actually Mark III. It was produced in 2020 by a company named Half Moon Bay and is in stock on their website at the moment, as well as the official Wallace and Gromit site and various others. I talk about this one more in my other Gromit mug video, but it's basically the one most prominently featured in all of the memes. This might be the coolest one, I'm not sure. Oh, I swear there's something in... Hang on. You hear that? It's interesting, I think there's something rattling around. Yeah, I've obviously got an attachment to the PG Tips version due to having that in my own childhood. But this one's really cool, I have to admit. The thermal nose gimmick ended up in, I think the majority of them kind of, the paint flaking off and stuff due to the way it is. Whereas this one seems to be more durable and kind of better quality. But I think in terms of the expression, I think Mark II probably wins. We'll put them side by side. He just looks straight up traumatized. But as you can see, he's also a lot bigger. So yeah, we've got the big boy. This one is the biggest and whitest Gromit mug of them all for some reason. It's a very strange paint job this one's got. So you can probably tell what we're going to do now. Right, where is he? So we've got Lefty here. Lefty's a good name actually, you can be Lefty. Wow, which are a lot smaller. This one is just like a jug, it's huge. And then we have my original, who is just about cool enough there. And there we go. Perhaps for the first time ever, it's a bit like a band reunion or something, we have all 4 variants of the Gromit mug. So we've got Mark 1 from PG Tips, Mark 1-L from PG Tips, Mark 2 from Only For You, and finally Mark 3 from Half Moon Bay. So as of 2021, unless there's any more hidden gems waiting to be found, this is every variant of the Gromit mug that's ever existed. And here they all are together, quite possibly for the first time. Wow, what a sight to behold. Yeah, so I'll continue to use my original one, but honestly can't bring myself to do that with the others. I mean, these two are practically an endangered species, so yeah, rest assured I'll keep them safe, but God knows where. But if you enjoyed this video and learned something new about the legendary Gromit mug, please leave a like and subscribe for any potential updates on the Gromit mug saga, and Wallace and Gromit content in general. Thank you all for watching. Bloody hell, I couldn't half do with a cuppa. Freaking cold now. It's like the Jedi Council of Gromit mugs. You just come here and you're like presented, you're just judged. Your fate will be sealed by the Council of the Gromit mugs.